Do you ever find yourself daydreaming or just staring off into the sky, wondering what the heck you've been doing here with your life, or why you're in a place that you're in? Well, me too, but not once, but multiple times have I found myself just lost in my own thoughts. So today I did mental health and why it's important in workplaces and schools. So what is mental health? It's a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It's a key part of overall health, and it's important at every stage of life. Mental health affects how people think, feel, act, relate to others, and make choices. So some challenges we face are running into the lack of providers, especially here in Bismarck. If you are to call a counseling place today and ask for an appointment, guarantee you you're going to be out a month or longer. It's kind of sad, but we struggle with that. But we also struggle with the insurance part. Us as Native American people, insurance is a huge thing that we lack and cannot get often, or you have to go through your parents' insurance, which most of the time do not cover such things as like mental health or stuff like that. And then, so with that being the case, most of us tend to just kick our mental health under the rug and, I mean, just sit and rot. I mean, I've been through it and I'm sure multiple people have. And then I think one of the biggest fears is the Native American, just overall, I mean, we've been through trauma, we've been through scary things at such a young age, so going out and speaking to people not of your religion may look at you and like not know a response to you, or kind of like brush it off and be like, hey, well, this is another case, or we could do this instead. So it's just the whole of understanding the trauma that anyone has gone through at such a young age. So did you know that 2 out of 3 kids go undiagnosed or untreated for mental health? And that is just about the whole school if you really think about it. These kids may be struggling and no one would ever notice because they're scared of saying something because they don't want to be taken as a joke or made fun of. Almost 90% of the time when you walk into a school, the counselor is always sitting in her office or on her computer or on the phone. It is very rare in today's world that you see her out and about talking to any of the kids. Another thing is that counselors don't offer any activities for the kids due to help with mental health, as far as like fun and games, or like, and this is mainly in like elementary, middle school, and high school, not so much college, because college, I see they're making a difference. But like in kids, I mean, little things is little clubs or stuff like that, just to get them out and about and talking about what they're going through. And then the rate of suicides have gone up within the past 2 years. So approximately 16% of the students have a plan to commit suicide, but 9 of those students go through with their plan. And it ends with a death. So, I mean, these numbers seem small right now, but in the end, if you really look at it, they're huge numbers, and it's thousands and thousands of people. So I think us as adults, and I mean, even college kids, we need to do better. Like me, I'm going into social work, and a lot of it is because of this. I mean, I've had family go through mental health, I've had friends go through mental health. So just losing people like that has really made me open my eyes and start looking into it more. And then a lot of the troubles at work, I work in the mental health field, so me myself struggle with it, but I also have coworkers that do. I mean, something as simple as someone coming in saying they have a rough day when they're really going through something. We all kick it under the rug and be like, oh, well, tomorrow will be better. When in reality, who knows if you'll even see them tomorrow. But the big thing, I think, is the 300 to 400 healthcare workers die a year. And I mean, that's pretty sad, because what are we going to do without healthcare workers? We can't do nothing, especially in hospitals. We won't get nowhere. And being in the hospital field, you have counselors or you have therapists, but like I said, not a lot of people, once you get older, you don't talk about your feelings as much. You kind of just keep it all bottled in. And then something to better the future, I think we can start building groups or having some one-on-one time, not only with ourselves, but our kids. I don't know if any of you have kids, but our kids, I mean, I do it, my kid's 3 years old and I still do it with him today, just talk to him, let him know. Just letting them know that their input matters, or that what they're feeling matters, but from personal experience, a lot of the time people just need to let their feelings out and be heard, and it can go a long way. I think another thing would be more leeway for counselors to be offered 24/7 and not just on an 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 basis. I think we need those 24/7 ones, and I know there's the text thing where you can text like help or whatever and talk to someone, but a lot of us like to do the one-on-one talking. And so this is in 2021, I lost 3 family members to mental health, which ended in overdoses. And these are pictures of my nephew, but I went home and I did a color run for the elementary kids, especially my nephew, 'cause my brother, that was his dad that we lost. And I mean, we had a huge turnout. We had police officers there, we had EMT, we had firemen, like, we had a lot of people there, and it was a huge turnout, and you can see smiles on these kids' faces. So something as little as that, like getting them out the classroom environment and into, the outside world. And I mean, there was a bunch of parents there too that you could just tell weren't having a horrible time, a great time. So at the end, we kind of had to get together and spoke about mental health and why we were doing this color run, and it wasn't just all about the fun and games, but to acknowledge and recognize what they've gone through. Then here's another one. I did a community-based one, which was the memory walk. It was a Tri-County one back home in Maryland. And I had over 3,000 people show up. And all I did was anyone who lost someone to mental health, there's little pictures right here on post, and I had them posted all around. And as we walked in circles and circles, you seen anyone that battled with mental health or lost someone. And this picture is just probably like 1/6 of the people that showed up, and I had shirts and different things. So just little things like that can go a long way in an environment. So I think us together need to do something about mental health, and suicide rates are going up. It's insane. Then I just included the hotline and stuff like that. It's something to look into, I guess, if you're struggling. So